guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2022 Hyundai Veloster N with a 6-speed manual transmission. And before we start, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Eli and the rest of the management and staff here at Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're in the market for a new car or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And for those of you guys who don't know, the Veloster has been Hyundai's sporty subcompact hatchback since 2018. That's when the first generation was released. It took the world by storm because A, it had 3 doors, and it also outperformed most of its competition. And a lot of the consumers also thought that it had very sleek looks. Fast forward to 2018, the second generation, which you see here, was released, and they brought alongside this N trim level too. The N trim also took the world by storm because now we have a really powerful 275 horsepower 4-cylinder motor made into either the 6-speed manual transmission or 7-speed dual clutch. We already reviewed the dual clutch variant on this channel. Make sure you check out that video. But here we have the 6-speed manual. I was really impressed with that vehicle. It had a very aggressive front styling with the red accents for the front splitter, LED headlights with the daytime running lights too. Really a beautiful design overall. The side profile is extremely aggressive with the black window trim, blacked out pillars. The side rocker panel has a really aggressive diffuser with the red accents too. The wheel and tire setup's also really impressive with these 19-inch blacked out with the silver contrasted rims, wrapped in 235/35 R19 Pirelli P0 summer tires, making this 275 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque, turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder. Actually put the power down relatively well. We'll check that out once we take it out for a drive. We get the N-specific brake calipers. Up front, it's multi-piston, really aggressive design. Out rear, just a single piston, but it's nice that it's still red for the paint. The rims are the exact same, still the 19-inch rims wrapped in 235/35 R19s. Out rear, the taillights also aggressive. I'm really liking the design, and it says Veloster on them. Turn signals, reverse lights, of course, too. Shout out Brandon Hyundai here in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible, of course. And I really like the rear styling too. The spoiler is super aggressive. The rear wiper is not integrated with the spoiler like a lot of Hyundai cars have, but still a fan. N badging on the side. The rear diffuser area too with the exhaust tips, really aggressive. But speaking of exhaust tips, let's give you guys a couple revs and really hear how this 2-liter turbo sounds. Alright guys, that was of course the sound of the 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder sold by Hyundai for this Veloster N. It sounds really good for what it is. I've never heard a 2-liter turbo sound this good. Really a huge thumbs up for this exhaust setup. But anyway, of course, 275 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 6-speed manual transmission. You can expect 0 to 60 between 5 and 5.5 seconds, depending on how quickly you can shift the gears. The dual clutch can do 60 under 5 seconds. So if you really want to be drag racing, I guess go with the dual clutch. If you want to prioritize actual fun and engagement, stick with the 6-speed manual. Unfortunately, we don't get struts for this $33,000 hot hatch, just a prop rod. I'll let you guys see the window sticker right over here. We do get quite a few features, really a loaded vehicle. As far as fuel economy, not the best for a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder. You would expect to have better fuel economy, but not bad. You'll still average about like 22-23 miles per gallon, even with a pretty heavy foot. So considering the power of this vehicle, really nothing to complain about. As far as this interior though, really beautiful. The steering wheel is fantastic, really thick, perfect 9-3 bolstering, or 10-2 bolstering, making the 9-3 and 10-2 position feel really nice in your hands. It says N on the bottom, not a flat bottom. Steering wheel, not a big deal though, because I'm really liking the design and shape. On the steering wheel, we have voice commands, mode, volume adjustments. You can skip your songs. We can answer and hang up our phones. Beneath that, we have our drive mode select. We can adjust between sport, eco, and normal. We'll start this review off in normal, transition into sport. See what the differences are. This vehicle has active dampers, so they should adjust a little bit between the drive modes. But my personal favorite is in sport. You can definitely hear a throatier exhaust note, but in normal, it still sounds pretty good. This is normal mode. No like crackles and pops, but then we throw it into sport mode and not the most throaty. So right here we can press this button on the side, and now it has N custom mode. So now we have active rev match and ESC in sport mode. You now rev it up. There's your burbles. Yeah. So once you put it into the N custom mode on the right side, it adds the burbles into the exhaust. So really a customizable vehicle, and in normal mode, it really does quiet everything up. As far as the gauges, We get about a 6,600 RPM tachometer with the coolant temperature next to it. On the right side, we get 180 mile an hour speedometer, so really impressive for the 180. Even my Camaro LT1 doesn't have 180 speedometer, goes to 160. We can also see our fuel tank information as well. As far as this 4.2-inch display, we get a digital speedometer. You can see fuel economy information, accumulated info, turn by turn when you're not using your navigation. However, it functions as a compass. Press one more time, you can see our lane departure warning settings and all that, tension level, tire pressure, and our gauges include oil temperature, torque, you see how much torque this vehicle is making, and a turbo gauge. My personal favorite would actually be to leave it right over there, see exactly how much torque and boost the vehicle's making at all times. Really impressive, guys. I'm digging this interior. You're not gonna get the highest quality materials. The door panel is hard plastic. You get a padded armrest though, so thumbs up, I guess, for that. The Kia Sportage base model and the Kia Rio do not have a padded armrest, so you're just gonna be having your arm on hard plastic. So I guess a padded armrest is appreciated. Plastic door handle. I'm liking this trim outside of it. Auto one touch for the driver, power windows for the passengers, the 2 passenger windows. No adjustable or window that can open and close for this side, but on that side we do get a functional window, if I explain that halfway decently. But anyway, we got 4-way adjustable mirrors with blind spot monitoring on them. They're blacked out, really aids with the aggressive styling too. Hard plastic for the dashboard. I'm liking this 8-inch touchscreen. It's pretty responsive. We'll see the screen, very responsive screen. Kia and Hyundai have really been killing it with their screens lately. You can see things such as your N mode. N mode includes custom G-force performance timer, oil temp, engine temperature, and your current speed. Really cool that you can see that. And also, when you go into your performance options, you can activate launch control. So right now it's set for 3,000. We're not going to test out launch control in this vehicle. We'll lean into it one time and see how like a first, second pull would feel, but we're not going to do any launches in a brand new dealership car. Other than that though, still really impressive that it offers all of that. My personal favorite to look at it all the time is the map, so we'll just leave it right there. Hazards beneath. I'm liking the trim. It's not any high quality materials, but no piano black either. It looks pretty nice. The shortcuts, if you don't want to go through the touchscreen, are beneath. Engine start stop, auto climate control. We get 2 USB ports and a 12 volt down here as well. Good, decent area for storage. Your 6-speed manual shifter, traction control, which you can disable. To throw the car into reverse, you simply pull this thing up right here, clutch in, and pull it into reverse. The resolution on the camera is not the best, but more than good enough. We get guidance lines and trajectory, and even in normal mode, the steering feels pretty heavy. The e-brake is activated, so we should be all set. 2 cup holders back here. The armrest pretty soft, not the softest. The center console space decent. I would say it could fit probably between 6, maybe 7 16-ounce cans because it is really deep. The glove box, you guys can see, pretty spacious. Definitely nothing to complain about. These seats are also extremely supportive and surprisingly comfortable. I'm liking this blue seatbelt as well. Really impressive. It's not the highest quality interior by any means, but you have everything you would need, and it is very sport oriented, so really can't complain. Unfortunately, the seats aren't power adjustable. You have to manually adjust everything, recline and slide with the latch beneath. The gas tank release is right beneath, down over there. But overall, I am pretty impressed with this interior. It's not the most luxurious, but you have just about everything that you would need. The rear view mirror has a great zoom, very good visibility out of the rear. However, it's not an auto dimming and it's not frameless, so it does look a little bit dated. Other than that though, really impressive interior for the most part. LED for the interior lights. Let's check out the back seat real quick, check out the trunk, and then take this car out for a drive. All right guys, step into the back seat of the 2022 Veloster N. As far as the legroom, as you see, not the worst. I have about 2-3 inches for my legs. I'm liking this little pass-through in the seats too, which do say N on them. No air vents back here, 2 cup holders, and of course no door or window on the left side. However, the door panel, we can shut it up. Soft touch for the armrest, which is nice. Plastic door handle, hard plastic up top. This window does go up and down, but it's not an auto one touch. Not the biggest deal though. Interior light is an LED. That is nice. But we can hop out back, check out the trunk, and then take this car out for a drive. And to open up the trunk, right underneath this wiper, pretty funky location. You press this button, the trunk hydraulically opens. I like the tonneau cover, subwoofer for your Infinity audio system, which sounds pretty good. Not the best sounding audio system, but it does sound really good in this pretty small cabin. 60/40 split fold down seats. You fold those seats down, I'd expect you to fit between a 50 to 60 inch TV back here with no issues. And I like how it caves in pretty well. Should really help the grocery bags not just flying around. I'm liking this little grab handle for the really short passengers or drivers that want to shut the trunk. But that's about it, guys. Let's take this 2022 Hyundai Veloster N out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new 2022 Hyundai Veloster N. Let's take it out for a drive, and we'll start off in just normal mode, transition into sport. You'll see what the differences are. But in normal mode, the steering still very sharp and direct. This vehicle does not have an electric steering rack like most vehicles nowadays do, so really impressive when it comes to feel. And in sport, it tightens up. In normal mode, the damping as far as the suspension, not bad, not the best, but also definitely doable. In sport, it really tightens up quite a bit. But right here, once that boost kicks in, this thing really flies. But in normal mode, it's really not that loud. But in sport, it really livens this vehicle up. But right here, normal mode one more time. Very quiet, actually. Much quieter than the exhaust. Bumps. Yeah, the ride quality gets better. Yeah, it feels pretty nice, guys. We'll take a step right here out onto this roundabout and see how it feels in normal mode. Yeah, very direct, but yeah, not as much feel through the wheel. So sport really livens this vehicle up quite a bit. Yeah, not bad. Take it, throw it in. Yeah, very direct steering, but again, in normal mode, you do not have the most feel. But damping is better in normal mode, but again, the ride quality is still pretty rough. Well, let's throw it into sport real quick and see what the differences are. And let's put it into N Custom, where we have the ESC in sport mode. But right here, okay. Yeah, more burbles, you hear that? Woo! Yeah, the ride quality gets rougher. Quality gets real rough in sport mode. The steering feels way better though. Oh. Woo. Yeah, this thing can move, and the brakes do a great job slowing this vehicle down. I forgot how much fun this car really was. But taking a step right back out here, clutch feels nice. Shifter feels great. Ooh, yeah, but that ride quality in sport is rough. You hear a little bit of wind noise once you get up in speed a little bit too. But I'll throw in the POV camera and try to give you guys a first-hand look driving this car, and I'll catch back with you in 1 second. All right, guys, taking a step back out in the 2022 Veloster N. Yeah, the clutch is nice in this car. I like the exhaust note. Brakes feel nice. But we'll take a step right here. Yeah, the handling is great. You hear some road noise, but it feels very sharp, guys. Ooh. It's not the smoothest road either. We're not doing this car many favors, but right here. Oh. Wow. Throw it in. Nice. car is a pretty serious performer, but let's try an acceleration off the line, and I'll catch back with you in 1 second. All right, guys, off the line, we're not going to launch it or anything, but just leaning into it right here. Woo, this thing really rips, guys. Whew. And it was a little bit dusty on the road, so there was a little bit of wheel spin off the line. I remember the DCT version of this car had virtually zero wheel spin. It was so ridiculously planted. But right here, first gear. Yeah, once there's no dust on the road, this thing can hook even in first gear. But right back out onto this roundabout. I feel like this vehicle is actually, it feels smoother with the manual transmission. The DCT, oh well, yeah, not when it comes to the suspension. It still feels plenty rough. Oof. But the DCT really didn't feel much smoother. And with the manual, it feels fun enough to offset the rough ride. Because again, this vehicle is not meant to be like a comfortable daily driver. This is a track-capable hot hatch, one of the best in the business. Too, all the stuff flying around, guys. But it is still an impressive vehicle right here. Throwing it in, body roll basically non-existent. All right, guys, as soon as we get the chance, we'll step out onto this multiple lane highway, really get a chance to open up this 2022 Veloster N. Guys, this thing can, I don't know what that guy was doing, but this thing can really, really rip. All in all, guys, I'm really impressed with this 2022 Veloster N. I was impressed with the 2022 dual clutch version, but with the manual, it is more fun. Definitely more fun. The dual clutch is faster, definitely faster. But with the manual, just cruising along around 45 miles an hour in 6th gear, we're sitting around like 1600 RPM, and leaning into the gas pedal, still feels plenty torquey with this turbocharged 4-cylinder motor. Really impressive car overall. If you're in the market for a sporty hot hatch, I'll definitely put the Veloster N on your list. The ride quality may not be the best. We got some train tracks right here. Oh, yeah, not the best when it comes to ride quality, but in terms of like performance, this thing is a blast to drive, guys. A little torque steer too, but all in all, really a fantastic car. Huge thanks to Brandon Hyundai here in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, since they make the Santa Cruz now in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. All in all, guys, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time making this video. I hope you enjoyed it half as much as I enjoyed making it. Truly one of the most fun vehicles you can get on the road today, and pretty affordable, around 33,000 bucks. Definitely a decent value considering what you get. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. You know, the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate all the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.